Well, I'm Debbie Stevens, or Deborah Stevens, full name. I live in Blakely, Manchester. I've lived here 22 years. I live here with my daughter who's 21, my 3 Labradors and my parrot. I'm the chair of the residents committee on the estate. It's just all voluntary stuff to get me out the house really, because I've been in ill health, you know what I mean, so it's just to keep me going. And since I've had the heat pump put in, my bills have dropped, because it does save you money, even though still have my house warm.
So this is our little electric car. Been retired since 2002, that's nearly 20 years. It's amazing. Yeah, so I was an engineer, worked on computer design, and I've done quite a bit of charity work since then. Well, the small car, the little e-up's got a bigger battery than the big car, actually. Nearly all the time, we just charge it at home. You know, what I think I've got to see is as many as there are filling stations round about, there've got to be now electric points at them.
I live in Prestwich, North Manchester. Most of my working life has been spent on the streets of Manchester. So many years of driving taxis, and that then led on to, like I say, the tour guiding has been like a natural progression. In 2019, I decided I was going to buy the electric taxi because I thought this is the way that the business is going, and there was very few charging stations at the time. But what I decided was that in the December, which is normally quiet for me, it would be advantageous then to get the electric cab and learn how to use it, learn where the charging points were, how long it took to charge. I also got a home charger as well, so I can charge up overnight.
This was the House of Commons. We just left it in cold and damp, because the windows were leaking. They've got no insulation on the walls, and the heating system they put in is supposed to run with insulation on your walls and that to keep it in. As you've took it off, it's a waste of time, that NEBA system now, because it's costing too much. Some people are paying £100, £200 a month just to have it on. Why are we giving, in this day and age, we're supposed to be so advanced, and we're giving people more and more problems and fears, and then causing more mental health, when we can deal with this better?
I'm a children's social worker as my job. Visiting families, going to schools, that kind of thing. So I use it primarily with work. I wasn't 100% like, oh, let's get an electric car, but we just sort of fell into the idea because we needed a second car. And so we just thought, well, let's get an electric one then. We hadn't really thought about it too much. Petrol and diesel fuel prices are going up, aren't they, all the time at the minute? Or they're very fluctuating. And it's so easy, you know, you've got the car outside with a charging point, it's amazing.
So there's my readings. So that one is for the air source heat pump. That one is for solar panels.
We look like eco warriors, don't we? So I'm Rosemary.
And I'm Roy Greenhalgh.
And we're retired. I'm a retired research nurse.
And I was a bridge engineer, project managed major bridge building contracts. If we set the thermostat more than 19 degrees, it costs us a fortune to run. We have fully insulated the house, so we put 4 inches of kingspan in the floors. We've got cavity wall insulation, 12 inches in the loft, and we've got double glazing right through. For an old house, I've gone as far as I can really. If we didn't have the solar panels, it would be extortionate.
So you can see, looking at the back of the property, we've got panels on both parts of the roof. We really wanted to maximise what we could get on there. I live with my wife and 2 kids in South Manchester. We bought a 1930s property back in 2015, and we were really keen to renovate it and update it and bring it more in line with modern building standards. Not the easiest thing in the world. I'm head of operations at a small startup. It's a very hectic job, and certainly with 2 kids, we don't get a lot of downtime. My wife's a GP, so she's sort of working 12 plus hours a day. So it's a busy household, I will say that.